In the heart of Virginia, Varina High School stands not just as an educational institution, but as the heartbeat of a community. Founded in 1909, it has a legacy that's steeped in tradition, pride, and achievement. Winning the state championship just last year. This isn't just about basketball. It's about a culture, a bond, a dream. As we journey back to where it all began, we unravel the story of how a group of young men with the weight of history on their shoulders aspired for the state's highest honor in high school basketball, the VHSL State Championship.
The goal is always the states. I guess getting the team acclimated to whatever was going to happen in the near future. We lost a lot of seniors from the previous year, so just trying to get them enough, I guess, experience so we can be prepared for the season.
I'm going to say I had some good coaches when I was a player, and I still live off the same principles that they gave me. Accountability. That's just a life lesson. You got to be accountable as you go on in life, and I think it's bigger than basketball because we raising young men. So I'm big on accountability. I mean, if you ain't doing right in the classroom, don't come in the gym. And then start there because you can't go to play nowhere else without your grades, So it's bigger than basketball, but my biggest thing is accountability.
Coach White said, I'm getting soft. He said, I'm getting soft. That same energy that you have when you're younger, that fire, you kind of turn it down because the kids have changed. They ain't as tough skinned as they used to be. So you kind of have to, change with the times. As much as you want to stay in your fabric of what you were brought up on, you have to change. So I think last year's team was so talented that we didn't really have to do much. And then we also had a COVID year where we had the opportunity to kind of put us in them. But now with this last group, we really had to coach them. I'm talking about from how you supposed to wear your clothes to the game, to what the conversation's supposed to be at the game, during the game. So I think my philosophy really has changed more so when the kids change. Hopefully keeping the same message.
Being that we lost so many starters, we had to redesign ourselves and find our identity. When I first got into this, I was a basketball player, of course, but I had limited coaching experience. I know the game, but I think I evolved when Coach Boone took the helm. He gave me an opportunity to sit, to listen, to observe, to learn how to watch film. And then you added Coach Kennard, in which both of those guys have numerous years, over 15 to 20 years in coaching. I think that I have learned a lot from them, just in how to approach practices, how to approach game, how to work on the intangible stuff, the small specific stuff, and the details to building a championship team. And that goes with the mindset and the physical ability, because a lot of people think it's just, hey, these physical abilities going to get me to win the state championship. No, it's a lot of mental toughness that goes into that as well. And I think those guys, and then in addition to Coach Tweedy, I think that was just exceptional because he filled a void that we needed. And I think this without bragging, I think this is one of the best coaching staffs in Virginia, if not on this whole East Coast.
The goal is always to win the state. We want to win the state. But having a new group, the goal was just to get them to work hard and to believe in us. We lost a lot last year, but this year we had some new kids coming in, a younger group, just them believing in us as coaches. And that started in the summer. And that just was the biggest thing. We always want to go in and win the state, but we gotta get baby steps to get there.
I didn't know a lot of the players at the beginning of the year. Being that I worked at Varina, I knew the KJs, the Fats, Christian, but
Some of the other guys I didn't have the pleasure of meeting until I became part of the staff. The biggest part of my coaching this year, like I said, I wanted to be an asset, I think was just my breakdown of opponent film. I did that more than I have at any of my previous coaching stops. But I think breaking down the opponent film was probably my biggest asset. As a fan last year, what I saw was, how do they get these guys on the bench to buy in as much as they do? Like, what is it that they do? What's the difference? Like, my guys don't buy in like this. So when you see the work they put in, you see the love they have for each other. You see why they buy in on the bench so much. I think KJ's biggest fan was on our bench. So when you see things like that, it just gives you a little boost of energy to know that this is what these guys are fighting for. They're fighting for each other rather than self.
The goal for myself going into the season was just win, make my voice be heard on the team, because I was on the football team. Unfortunately, we didn't go to states like we did last year, West State Championship, and I felt like that was because of lack of leadership. So I wanted to make sure that I definitely learned my lesson from the football season, that I had to be more of a vocal leader and show like I'm older, so I got to be more mature. So coming into the season, I would just be more of a leader, make sure people hear you, make sure your team hears you, here's your opinion, make sure you're working hard. You're not just that person that gets on everybody's butt, but you slacking off yourself. So I'm making sure that I'm doing everything that I expect from them, and I just wanted to come in just win for real. I kind of already knew everybody, but we just come in and we just gotta win this. I just failed from the football season. I'm gonna have to win something before I leave. I can't go out as a loser. It felt crazy, honestly. You really high school goes by fast. And you don't really realize it till it's your last. Everything is just so much more important your last year, because you I can't go back. I really don't get another. I don't get another chance to do any of this. Football, I don't get the locker room speeches. I don't get any of that. So I was just I just got to make it count. Just live every day happy. Just Coach Q used to tell me, you don't have to go to practice, you get to go to practice. So I just kept saying it in my head, this is my last time. This is gonna be my last Tuesday with y'all. I was just thinking about that all the time. So
I think this group had a unique bond. I think we were one of the most close-knit groups this year, including coaches as well as the players. I think it was an awesome brotherhood. You saw these guys that really, really loved each other, because when the cameras weren't rolling at game time and we were in practice, these guys were holding each other accountable. They were making sure that everyone was good on and off the court. And also, they just loved each other. And I think that's beneficial when you're making a state championship run.
Everybody on our team had heart. Starting from KJ. Everybody knows, KJ got heart. Rome got heart. He had to show himself, he had to show people, who he was this year. Of course, I feel I got heart. My dog, Mally, the forward, the starting forward, he a dog for sure. Josh, 6'10", he got to show everybody, he got heart. I'm 6'10", but I got to show you who I am. Of course, everybody else on the bench got heart, the football players, Nas, Wood, AG, everybody got heart. Everybody came from different backgrounds, so, they know what it is to win, they know what it is to lose. They don't want to feel that losing feeling, but, heart, because, at the end of the time, at the end of the games, we were just so together. But, in those last minutes of the games, everybody tired. Everybody tired, everybody drained. Everybody looking for somebody to go do something. And, we got to get a ball to somebody. So whoever we get a ball to at that game time, we got to trust you, in our hearts. And we know that you got heart. You're going to give it your all every time I step on the court with any of those teammates. I know they're going to give it their all.
I guess this one was a little different because they actually got to embrace their school all day, all the love that they would get from their administrators, teachers, the student body. And I guess it kind of let them get their nerves off a little bit. But the experience for me, I guess it was we right back where we were almost a year ago, almost to the day.
The last time just felt more memorable because it was like, I knew this was my last time getting it. So it was just like, I seen so many smiles, so many like laughs and jokes, gave so many people hugs. Like, it was just like, everybody was so encouraging. Everybody was like really rooting for us. Like, that was probably like the most love that I felt, like just walking through the building. Like, everybody was like, their main focus was the basketball team, like us. Like, so it's just like, they gave all of us love. Like that was I love that.
It was just like the parade. You look around like, all the attention on us. We can't fold. We gotta come through. It's like you gotta get it done. Once you see all that attention, you gotta get it done. That's just how I felt.
My message always is the legacy. The community, the legacy you build with your community. There's nothing better than that. You can come back 20 years from now and that community gonna remember what you did. So I'm always telling them, like, look at your legacy. Like, these people out here with balloons and posters, they really love y'all. And you're not just playing for yourself and your team, you're playing for the whole community when we stepped out to that state championship.
Because if you've been to any of those big time games, whether it's state championships or just big games in general, I think most of their nerves are about what's going on around them more so what's going on the court. So the year before, I had them close their eyes to visualize like exactly what was gonna happen. And it happened that way. But this season, I wanted them to keep their eyes open to kind of embrace it. You know, it was the last game of the night. I mean, you had the entire city was there to see them play. So I wanted them to embrace that because you'll never get that back. And it happens like that, even though it's 32 minutes of game time, like you blank and it's the first quarter or they warming up and then it's you holding a trophy at the end. So like in a blink of eyes, like that whole experience is gone.
Two, it could have went either way. I think last year having the early game, even though it was a great team, it wasn't as packed like the whole, because that night game, everybody's close. The 2 o'clock game, some people can't get off work. But the difference, nerves, that night game, you get them nerves, you see the crowd. While you're sitting in the stands, you see the crowd, you know, so it was a tough one, but we made it work.
I huddle the team up before every game, and I have a distinct message before every game. And most of the time that incorporates energy and effort. Those are two things that don't need to be coached. Those are things that you can actually bring every day of practice and in the game. And so I try to illustrate that throughout the week through practice, and then hopefully it would always spill over to the game.
So they would just like play your game, and you gonna make mistakes, just keep your head up. You gonna turn the ball over, miss shot. This is what you're gonna do after that. This is what's gonna be big.
My biggest thing was don't have like a what if moment or if I moment. So when you look back on your season and you look back at that game, you don't want to be like, if I would have did this, or what if we would have did this different? Leave it all on the floor. Don't leave no room for error, no room for questions.
When we got on the bus, we were prepared, man. You know, once you do everything you're supposed to do, you know, you don't have any doubt, you know, because then you just got to play the game. And that's where we were at.
I think it started with us. Like we motivate each other, the coaches. So by the time we get in the gym out, we text each other all day. We get on each other like we expect the kids to do. So I think by the time we get to the gym, we got that swagger that the kids love. We go back into their world. We play the young boy. We do everything they like to hear.
Say 10. Let's hear this shit, bro. Man, look. Young boy, they gon' kill you. You better stop dissing them. Tell them, man, they know that I ain't scared of them. How you talking when they ain't die about your cousin them? Gordo got no filter, he say that they gon' with him. Clean up on I.O. You ain't let that blow. My brother let that blow. No, that's my smoke. He got me a that's India. That be yo. Posted with that like Indian.
As dust settled, an electric atmosphere engulfed the Stuart C. Siegel Center. Every seat was taken, every eye fixed on the court, EC Glass was set to clash with Varina's Blue Devils in a game that would be remembered for years to come.
We gotta win every quarter. Do y'all understand me?
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
And don't worry about the drive. I got Josh in the hole, or D1, whoever is in there. Play this pull-up. That's his game. You gotta play that, John. You gotta sit on it. Don't let him come down here with it. And on that screen, I'm telling you, y'all gotta talk about it, because you can switch it, and then he's just trying to come down here. Notify the shooters. Who was the shooter? The white boy. He tried to hide in the corner or on the wing. That's the only thing. That's it. We making it too hard. We making it too hard. And on the offensive end, like Coach Kanai said,
It's selfish, man.
don't be selfish.
Let's run our offense, bro. They can't stop us when we run our We going one-on-one.
Yeah.
When you get two on you, take his ass to work.
Yeah.
You holding it and doing all this, go to work. One key.
Come on, man.
One key.
And it's the same guy. Come on, fellas. Come on. Play within your means. Don't play outside yourself. You got 4 other teammates on the court that can help you. If it ain't there, don't take it. Or if it ain't dropping, try something else. Instead of shooting a jumper, try to get all the way to the rack. We getting rewarded at the rack because we too big for them at the rack. Because when he pull up, I'm right here. Bam, I'm going with it. You got help. You got help. Don't worry about he getting to the rack. You got help. Play it close.
Bro, we are half away from
Come on, man.
shit with the win.
Come on.
How bad do y'all want it?
Come on.
How bad do y'all want it? That's what it's all about right now. How bad do y'all want it? That's what it's gonna take right now. That's what it's gonna take. How bad do y'all want it? We can't get out there and play for y'all.
This is an internal bleed right now. And we playing like but we up 4. We got 9 turnovers in the first half. So the truth of the matter is, until we take care of the ball and stop being selfish, y'all gonna always give them an opportunity to stay in the game. The real difference is they playing small ball, right? So people like Ant, D1, y'all gotta be ready. When we get a lead, you probably gonna be more effective, Josh. But right now we're going back with the first 5. First 5, we need 3 stops, 3 scores. That's the motto. 3 stops, 3 scores. We're gonna start in Baylor.
All right, we're gonna show them something different. But we can't play around with them. We know what we need to run. If y'all stand, if there's 4 people up and we can't get the ball to the wing, just send them through. And then y'all play 2 games on one side, bro. It's basketball. It ain't nothing that we ain't seen or done this season that we don't have to tell y'all to do. If they overplaying, you go back door. If you don't get the back door, ain't no need to go back and forth. Just go all the way through.
It's a dogfight. Like, we've been in dogfights the whole year. So, like, kind of just like my junior football, like, we went through dogfights the whole playoffs, which made the state championship game like practice. Like, practice, we used to, like, battle each other. So, like, we was used to dogfights. And they was just like, we just got to pick it up. Just like, we've been here before. Just the Kingsport game was, like, a couple days before. Like, we've been here before. Don't act like we haven't been here. This is our court. We already won here again. We already won. So let's do it again. Like, just, that's all it is to it. You got to go out there and ball.
Well, you know, the team had only lost 2 games, I believe. And in their region, they were one of the best teams with probable state player candidate, that guard. But I think it went back and forth because we were pressing. We were pressing to establish our identity in the game. And then people don't know that it was so much history prior to the game because of the things that transpired during the summertime, in which we played them and lost. And, you know, we were at their home in Lynchburg, and, you know, they got some favorable calls, even a favorable third ref during our summer camp. And we didn't have all our players. So I think it was a point of emphasis throughout that week that, hey, we got all our guys now, we're going to show them. But they had a great game plan, and they showed that why they were there at the state championship. And I think that the seesaw just came because of defenses, as well as us just pressing a little bit too much, trying to find out their weaknesses during the game.
They had this saying that they were the real state champs. So we was like, all right, well, when it's time in March, make sure y'all keep that same energy.
I think when we first started the game, it was personal. And then what I mean by that, we played that team in the fall. We lost to them, but we didn't have all our pieces. And the pieces weren't there, just heard the story of what happened. And I think we went in that game, it was more so we want to blow them out. We want to show them that we are the real state champions. And we was pressing something. We won't play in the basketball that we play. And I think we settled down as the game went on. We made a few subs that helped us. KJ being the leader, we took him out one time and brought him back down. And once you do that, like, sometimes when you take your lead out, it makes somebody else step up. And that's the plus about basketball. And I felt like that's what happened as we was going down the stretch. Dominique stepped up, Mally. And once everybody else started stepping up and we realized it ain't got to be on KJ back, team's in trouble.
Outside of Amandre Harris, which is their state or regional player of the year, I thought we had an advantage over every other position on the floor. I thought we could balance out with number one. I thought we could balance out with him and Miles. And then I thought outside of that, I think we have the advantage, especially in the block with the bigs, Malachi and Josh. I thought they would balance. They would be ahead of their bigs, and I knew they would have to go to their bench, which they didn't use their bench a lot as far as their bigs go. I knew they would have to go to them with our bigs. It was really hard to pinpoint a game where you could see them really trying to fight to win. I think they only had 2 losses, but the majority of their games were blowouts. So when you look back and you see the Spotswood game and you see how they went to a 1-3-1 and they went into overtime, you see those things and you like, okay, maybe we can pick something from this. And then with us and our 1-3-1 defense, I thought it would be a real big advantage to use in the game. I just didn't know when we would use it.
All season, we've been making adjustments because to be a good coach, you got to be able to adjust. That's what people don't know. You can have all the superstars, but if you don't know how to adjust, you ain't coaching. So we knew we had to throw a wrinkle at them, and we would, like AT said, he wanted to do it early, but I was like, we're going to hold this trump card to the second half. And once we did it, I looked down the sideline at their coach, and he was like, what do I do now? So I think I know basketball game on runs. They go on there and race who get the last run. And I just knew if we get to the fourth quarter, like Coach Boone said, we win the fourth quarter, we was already up in the third, we win the state championship. And that was the goal going into the fourth.
I think the greatest mindset and the greatest philosophy of a champion is that you have to be down to rise up, you know. All throughout the playoffs, we had a tumultuous time with some good teams. And I think that because of that, I think that we kind of told them, hey, we've been here before. We know what we need to do this second half. And let's go get it. And I think because we reiterate that all the time throughout the whole year, I think it just snapped on them.
Returning to the floor, the roar of the crowd against EC Glass was not just about points on a scoreboard. It was about the sound of resilience echoing through the court, of dedication and tireless hours of practice paying off, of a community finding its pride and unity through the heartbeats of its young athletes. For the community, basketball was more than a game. It was a journey of the soul.
When we could be superstars, we've been reliving cars.
Hey bro, is that Jambo?
What is at stake for us? Kicking up on the rest. Yeah, we could be superstars, but I'm pretty sure our time is up. And so we fell off the spinning tops.
Say you might be your killer, nobody gon' play with you when I'm with you. Go against any like this glitter, skeet all dirt on bitches. I put it in for you, I spin for you, whatever you with, I'm with it. How you gon' cost a nigga out rockin' with you? I got you lit in the city. I been multitasking, rapping and being the daddy to my little children. I been spinning on business and spinning and spinning and spinning until I'm dizzy. I do all the smack, you ain't never step or help with none of you killers. You doing a lot of capping, watch when I catch, I'ma whack you in front of the witness. Damn, I you trippin', we could've been superstars. Remember we were jacking cars. Now it's not safe for you. You switch like a little. Damn, you trippin'. We could've been superstars. Ain't help it, now I'm reminiscing. Remember we were jacking cars. Now you better keep your distance, cause it's not safe for you. You switch like a little. Track hard with the kick, snatch off from the. When I slide, nightlight on the blick. Bet I'm on my when I'm outside. So them ran down, call them pants down. I knew the perk was fake, but I still ate it, cause I'm a gremlin. Yeah, cut those business, KTV.
And there you have it. Against all odds, with determination and sheer will, the Varina Blue Devils triumph, clinching their second consecutive state championship. As the echoes of their victory cries fade and the confetti settles, we're left with a sense of awe at their journey. But what lies ahead for these young champions? Some will move on with dreams beyond Varina, while others will return with hopes of creating an unmatched legacy.
KJ will be back, Malachi will be back. But we got a great class of kids, underclassmen, just getting stronger, still learning the game. Still building as coaches, and just, you know, living by our principles of energy and effort, and hopefully that can push us through to where we want to be. Like, we coaching, we ain't playing daddy ball, we ain't showing favoritism. We actually in the gym, we actually doing all the good things to build a program. Just positive vibe, and hopefully we can build some men out of it at the same time.
My phone started ringing Saturday about getting in the gym. We played on Thursday. Saturday, my phone was ringing about getting in the gym. The players are just as hungry for the three-peat as the coaches. So I think when you have players that's willing to sacrifice and be that hungry for another one, I think it's going to be easier to get to. Not saying that the state championship is easy to get to, but when you got players that's willing to do what it takes to get there, it comes a lot easier than having to fight to get a player in the gym.
Because it was so many people out there doubting us, thinking we want to go back to back because we had a whole new starting five. So it was really good to go back to back, and knowing that I was a junior and I got one more year to go, I think we can go for another one this year.
We just gotta keep it going. Like, that's just all it is. Like, before I got here, Varina was already a winning culture. But like, the class of 2022 and 2023, like, we really show everybody like we can really win games here, football and basketball. So like the message is like, just keep it going. Like, coming to Varina like changed my life forever. Like, I created like so many bonds and relationships with people that I never thought I would come across. Like, good and bad. Like, every relationship is not gonna be good. Everything's not gonna go good. But like, you take the good with the bad. So like, just my biggest message was to just live in the moment, cherish everything, because it can really be gone in a snap. Like, I'm here doing an interview about our championship season. Like, I'm in college now. Like, I'm a freshman in college. I'm starting all over again. Like, don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on your mistakes. Like, you live and you learn. Like, you can't ask for a better life. Like, your life is what it is. You gotta take it for what it is, and you gotta live. Like, just live.
I look at it as when you have a construction company who builds $1 million houses, they have a blueprint. They use that same blueprint all over the world. But that blueprint is known to build $1 million houses. So we don't change the blueprint. The foundation is what has been gratifying for us in this program and the culture that these kids have bought into. So when you have a blueprint, you use that blueprint, you tweak it as far as your personnel, but the main blueprint stays the same, and you build on that foundation. And I say, the house is only good as the foundation is laid. And we have that foundation, and we're gonna continue to do that.
Well, our motto next year gonna be pick a side. So you need to be able to pick a side. Is it gonna be the Ralph Fowler way, or either with us or against us? So we still gonna have the same energy and effort. We still gonna have the same defensive principles, and we just gonna hoop.
Like Bone said, energy, effort, pick a side, whatever y'all want to put on our shirts, whatever you want to say in the barbershop, keep motivating us, because we're going to keep winning down Ralph Fat.
The chase for a three-peat begins, a testament to their indomitable spirit. Varina isn't just a school, it's a testament to what passion, teamwork, and dreams can achieve. Here's to the Blue Devils, past, present, and future. Champions, built on Route 5.
What is your message? What's your message to the players, the fans, the basketball community as a whole after winning this championship?
See you at the Siegel Center.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil. I like fake moves, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
Look, pocket rocket in my pocket, please don't make me pop it. All these boys just wanna copy the style, tell them niggas stop it. Whoa, whoa, it's my destiny, feeling like Latoya, like it found me, my Beyonce, and she shotgun in the cockpit.